Hello, everyone, and welcome to the prestigious Don't Be Mad podcast.
You lying.
You are joined by myself, host of the Don't Be Mad podcast, Jason. Sorry, everyone, today, but Matt cannot be here today for this, and he has some, issues he has to take care of, so he will be here on the next episode, so do not worry. But I do have a special guest with me today. Please introduce yourself to the public.
Myself, my name is
You don't have to use your
James. It's Patrick. Whatever you want to call me.
You don't have to use your government name, but whatever.
PL James, you know what I'm saying? You can call me that. You know what I'm saying?
So yes, we are having a special episode here today.
Patrick, Hype Man P, whatever you guys want to call me. I got lots of names, man.
Yeah, people know
where you know me from, man.
People know you from Hype Man P.
Hype Man P, okay, we'll go with that. Birdman, Hype Man P, whatever you want to call me.
So yeah,
Birdman, not because I'm, trying to be like Birdman, it's because apparently it looked like a bird. It was an insult. So, but it stuck. It's not funny.
Who called you Birdman?
It was Widget. Yeah, Widget called me Birdman like 12 years ago, and then his brother was laughing at it, and it stuck, unfortunately, because everybody started calling me Birdman.
Dude, people call me Kanye. You think that thing's going away anytime soon? But it's slowing down, though. It's slowing down. I can tell you that. It's slowing down. No, but yeah, welcome. Welcome to the podcast. First time being on.
Yeah,
you can say all the shit you want, so don't worry about holding. You don't have to hold back on this.
All right, sounds good.
Anything you want.
I'm down.
So yeah, today we're doing a little interview with PJ here. So whatever's on your mind, we're talking about.
Another nickname.
PJ, yeah, PJ is another nickname.
PJ and Patrick and PL and Birdman and Hype Man and Maga Boy.
I don't remember the Birdman one though.
Birdman, well, no, that's depending on where you meet me. You hear that? You know what I'm saying?
No, but yeah, we just gonna have a little relaxed conversation, talk about anything that's relevant in the news today.
Relevant, let's do that.
Yeah, so we saw the cover with Kaepernick the other day. He's on the GQ cover.
Yeah,
People getting upset about it.
People got upset about it.
Well, yeah, because he's the cover model for whatever issue. I forget the name of the issue right now. I can't even think about that right now.
Oh yeah, they call him GQ Man of the Year.
Yeah, GQ Man of the Year. Yeah, that's it.
I didn't know anybody was. Well, I mean, I guess some people would be vexed because a lot of people don't like him.
I think people, what they think is that he's taking advantage of what he's doing with his protests, his his celebrity and everything like that. What do you think? What do you think of the whole general thing? Because if anyone doesn't know, like Patrick and I, we go back years.
Yeah,
and
a long time. From Opinion Search.
From Opinion Search.
05.
05, from 2005. So So yeah, I know a lot of people get angry at what stuff what Patrick is. So this is a perfect podcast for him. Don't be mad. So people, if you get mad, if you think I'm ignorant,
listen, I'm not ignorant. Listen, hey, no. I resent that. I'm not ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I just as a matter of fact, I'm like the anti-ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I try to be because I mean, I guess nobody could really say that they have nobody can say that they are all knowing. You know what I mean? But there are some people whose feelings and responses are informed by, let's say, facts and research versus others who will go off of feelings and conjecture. You know what I mean? Which is like bullshit.
When a lot of people go off feelings and they get everything wrong, they just want to be right.
Yeah, that.
But yeah, so what do you think about the whole Kaepernick situation? Starting with the protests, what do you think of what he's doing now? And, the whole general situation, what do you think is going on with him?
I mean, how I felt about it changed over the last week, just because recently I've been, I don't know, man. I guess I got a little, disheartened with a lot of the more left wing hotep type nigga shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the things that are told or that are spun around in, let's say, circles of a whole lot of black folks is based on purely conjecture, man. None of it is really informed by. I'm not gonna say none of it. That's not true. But and actually, the worst stuff is something that, let's say, they sprinkle some truth, and then mix in some BS, so you don't catch it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. There was I remember watching a video that I was tagged in multiple times. People were like, "Yo, check this out, bro. Check this out, bro." There was this British dude that was in the Nation of Islam that was talking about the origins of white people.
Yeah.
Saying that white people, and he was really trying to defend, because Elijah Muhammad, for those who don't know, is the guy who started the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it was him who started it, or if
I think
it
he's
was.
probably one of the early founders of it, but I don't think it was exactly Elijah Muhammad that started it, though.
Well, I know he was taught by Wallace Fard Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? I know he was taught by Wallace Fard Muhammad, but I don't know if Wallace Fard started the Nation of Islam or if Elijah Muhammad did. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the two of them. But anyway, so but the general understanding within the Nation of Islam is that Wallace D. Muhammad or Wallace Fard Muhammad or Farad Muhammad, whatever you want to call him, is God. They say he's God. You know what I'm saying? They said he was an embodiment of God, and he came here and he came to enlighten black folks, and he taught Elijah Muhammad, who taught Malcolm X, who taught Louis Farrakhan. Yeah. So anyway, down and down it goes. The general a thing that people within the Nation of Islam believe is that white people were created in a cave by a mad scientist named Yaqub. Yo, I'm dead ass. I'm dead serious. And it's like it sounds laughable, but the thing is though is that they have a lot of very intelligent individuals within the Nation of Islam who break it down in a way that doesn't sound like complete bullshit. Like it's like you hear it and you're like, fuck. It sounds like basically the dude said, because and then he went into actually research from like Dr. Leakey and other like anthropologists and so on and so on, who said that black people were the first people.
Like Dr. Umar Johnson and all them people like that?
No, not even. I'm talking about like anthropologists who actually went and, let's say, found bones in Africa that were like, you know, so many hundreds of thousands of years old, and said, you know, well, black people were first. And they also said that black genes or dark genes are recessive and white genes are, dark genes are dominant, white genes are recessive, meaning you can get the light from the dark, but you can't get the dark from the light. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then basically that was his way of saying, like, you know, like, and then he used that to basically say, okay, well, so for sure black people were here first, so that means white people came afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and he went into something where he was able to kind of explain that white people then clearly were created by black people. Because black people came first, and this dude Yaqub was some dude that was, you know what I'm saying, often the way that he explained it, man, if you look up this video of a British dude from the Nation of Islam, he really explained it in a very intelligent way. But that's the reason why I went into that, is because like that's unfortunately seems to be the regular the not that far obviously, but that seems to be the line of thinking with a lot of people who say intelligent things and are able to express it, are able to explain it in an intelligent way, which is why they get so many people that believe them. However, it's not necessarily based in fact. Like there was not a white dude it's like, okay, you're gonna go into the whole, you know, Dr. Leakey found whatever the fuck how many years ago. Okay, so where were this Mr. Yaqub's bones, and how did you know it was Yaqub? Like you were there for that nigga making white people. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
the thing is with any faith based. I don't believe in none of that nonsense. Anything that
all religion is shit to me anyway.
Especially especially for black people. If you know your religion, you know the origins of slavery. There's no black person on this planet that should take up Christianity if you know your
Christianity or any of the other ones.
Any of the other ones,
you know, any of the Abrahamic religions, you should be like, nah.
But I'm saying especially Christianity, and I know
Christianity and Islam specifically, like Judaism, it wasn't really forced on black people like how Christianity and Islam was. You know
the thing with Christianity, because you know it's coming from a brutal past, especially Christianity and everything like that. But the thing with Christianity, I say it why, because a lot of older black people, if you tell them, oh, so you believe in Jesus Christ, so do you believe in slavery? Oh, so do you know that your ancestors were taught the Bible by force when they got beat up and all that shit? They get angry or they can't say nothing. Well, I mean, it's usually older black people. I get it because, you know, they're stuck in the times and everything like that. But me personally, I don't think, you know, going any faith-based religion or any information that you get based on your religion, it's completely bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. I think you need to teach people to think for themselves.
I'm with you.
And, you know, and it's the same thing. I was reading up something like, you know, porn stars, they leave porn and they pick up, they get Jesus to be their Lord and personal savior. I'm like, you're just trading one vice for a next vice. That's all you're doing.
It's all. It's
all bullshit. But especially for black people.
Like I'd rather they be in porn than be in church. Honestly, like I'm dead serious, man. Ain't nobody fucking going to war because somebody sucked their cock too good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like be like, oh my god, I busted nut too hard. I need to. No,
but in terms of black people though, that's the thing, and that's why I get mad sometimes. A lot of black people who use religion to make a point about something. It's like, come on, man. And this is, and I was gonna get into this point with you earlier.
Mm.
This is why I don't like Ray Lewis. When
Ray
Ray Lewis talking, because Ray Lewis uses a lot of his religion to back up what he says to justify what he's doing. So, for example, when he was on his 2 knees, he was on 2 knees. Like, first of all, you need to cut that.
Why'd you say it like Ray Lewis says it?
Because he said he
2 knees. Like,
yo, he sounds. He tries to sound like Martin Luther King, but he comes out sound like a slave instead.
Oh my god,
2 knees. I'm like, okay. First of all, I have no issue with you disagreeing with what Kaepernick did and everything like that, but don't drag him down to like a certain point where like, oh, you're blaming his girlfriend for saying with the
let's get into the Kaepernick thing then. Like, first of all, like how I felt about it in the first place was like from just overall the entire idea was, first of all, I like there's only a certain degree of being mad at Kaepernick that I can be, first of all. Like I don't like, first I'll just say it from the beginning, like I'm not with him. I'm not. But I can't be mad at him because like when somebody, I honestly think, because I don't know, I'm not in his head, you know what I'm saying? But I think that he means well. You know what I'm saying? And quite honestly, if somebody is being told a certain thing for a certain amount of time, they're going to believe a certain thing. And if they believe that based on what they know, that they are doing something good, like even if I disagree, even if I think that they're wrong, you know what I'm saying? I believe that I believe he's trying to do well, which is, I think, better than most anyway. You know what I'm saying? And at least he's putting where, I mean, it's not like he's doing,
he's putting his money where his mouth is, though. He's
no, but he is, and that's why it's like, to a certain degree, you got to at least respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I completely understand where a lot of the criticisms are coming from. I mean, first off, there's some people that are just not gonna like him, period, because he's black. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the people like when you go on some of these like these posts and videos that where people say some crazy shit, like they're like, oh, fuck that nigger didn't. It's like, okay, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like
a lot of that shit.
Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Like those people are like, first of all, I think those people are the fringe. You know what I'm saying? But those are the crazy ones. You can just you can't avoid that. But like people will see those and then use that as some sort of a some sort of a like, oh, that's where all criticisms of Kaepernick is coming from. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, he was saying that, oh, black people are dying in the streets and nobody's being held accountable. You're making it seem like niggas are dropping like flies. It's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know, it's not. Like, if we actually, like, if any of these people actually took the time, it's there. Just go on, the FBI website, like it's all there. How many people get killed and da-da-da-da. Yo, something like 97% of the time when a black person gets murdered, they're murdered by another black person. 97%.
Yeah, it's the same thing for all races. Like it's a thing. Like,
no, but it is, and I hear that.
It's where you live. Of course, it's where you live.
It's like, hold on. Like, but I mean, I'm sure we can agree. The vast majority of the attention is being put on police. Like, they're the issue as to why niggas is dying. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hold on. If 97% is black people, other civilians, right? You know what I'm saying? Even if police accounted for the 3%, which they do not, you know what I'm saying? But let's just say they did for the sake of argument. We're really going to ignore 97 and dedicate the vast majority of our resources to the 3? Like, we look crazy at that point. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
My thing with that whole situation is, like, when people say, oh, black on black crime, it's like, I'm like, okay, I get black on black crime because you're going to kill where you live. You're going to, everything where you live. So people say, oh, you guys are from the ghetto, there's always crime. Yeah, because there's a systemic thing that, okay, we're not allowed to go there. We can only stay in our spot, and we can't get anything from outside there, so we're going to have to take from what's around us. So obviously there's going to be crime in your neighborhood. There's going to be black on black crime. That thing is inevitable. And the same thing with white people too. There's an 80% to 90% white on white crime too as well too.
But see, look, I mean, and that's the thing that, like, I have like varying feelings about that one. You know what I'm saying? Like the black on black crime like thing title, I guess. I mean, it is kind of I'd say it's a little misleading in that some people will just use it like as a like, one of those things that they throw at you to make you shut up kind of thing. Well, what about niggers? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, but hold on.
What about the killing in Chicago?
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's like, okay, hold on, pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that, but at the same time, I think when people started saying it a lot, I think it was in the 90s you started hearing it a lot. You know what I'm saying? But like, people got to remember, like, the 90s, like, niggas were really dropping like flies. Like, gang violence was stupid.
New York gang violence was crazy.
New York, freaking California.
Detroit.
Oh my God. Like, Washington, D.C., dog, it was a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much people were dying. It was like, they didn't even carve it anymore. It's like, fuck, it's like they're dying. Okay, yeah, new day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane, man. But it's like, so, and but the thing thing is that black people are also killing themselves at a much higher rate than white people.
Yeah.
Like, yo, the number one cause of death of white people from 15 to 35 is accidental death. For black people, it's murder. That's insane, man. For black men, that's murder. That's insane.
I think it's a whole combination. It needs to be a combination of, education. You need to have better schools in your neighborhood.
Of
you
course.
need to have better economic opportunities.
Of course. And so, you know what? So let's talk about that because that's real. Because see that? I can rock with anybody if they start talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because you need to
But when they start saying structural racism, it's like, hold on a second. Like, maybe if you talk about, like, let's say the reason why black people are, on their way now is because most wealth is built transgenerationally. You know what I'm saying? So meaning like your parents had money, so that means they transfer blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So that we can understand. Most people will not disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? But for you to say that today, actively, there are currently laws in place that are racist, like apartheid South Africa. Like you sound stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think there's laws, but I think there's certain things that prevent black people from getting other opportunities compared to white people.
Like what?
I think personally, like for example, not necessarily laws, but okay.
But that's the thing, because if we're talking about like structural or institutional racism, I mean that's kind of what it is. It's like the institution. If the institution is racism, that means the institution has policies or laws or whatever the case is that are racist in nature.
I think it's
that favor
laws.
One over the other.
I think it's unwritten laws. For example, you and I can go to work with our hair like how it is right now. Someone who in a job that can't go with braids and stuff like that. But
depends. It depends.
It depends on the job. But say if you want an office job, I'm being more specific now. I can't go looking with my beard full or anything like that. I can't go with my hair being messed up. White people can get away with that. And they won't say anything.
Even on that, like I would have to. The reason why I'd have to disagree is because we would have to treat that like it's difficult to make a unless somebody can show me like some data. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's difficult to make a general determination on that. And the reason why I say that is because like I remember hearing a bunch of stories about like let's say a black woman going to work with let's say like dreads or something. You know what I'm saying? And she's being told nah, it's not cool. Or she has like some other hairdo and it's like it's a natural hairdo and it's like nah, and she's being told like nah, and everybody's like oh it's racist because white people can do whatever they want. It's like but the thing is though is that it's hard to say that. Because I remember watching this one thing and I was laughing because there's like this black girl was talking about my hair was just like this and I went to work. Yo, her shit looked busted. Like I'm looking at her, I'm like, bitch, of course, your shit look fucking terrible. Like you look like shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that's the thing. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying you can't be presentable while going to work like that. You know, you have to have a certain degree of like, you have to present yourself in your work and stuff like that. But I think especially when it comes to blacks and white people get a little bit more of a pass. Even though it's not a written law, they get a little bit more of a pass. Like me coming from the corporate world where I work in, I see a lot, and I do talent acquisition recruitment. I see a lot of white people who come to work scruffy as hell all the time. Come to work scruffy as hell, and sometimes I've seen black people come clean cut, and they would get shit for saying, you should probably shave a little bit. And I'm like, he's looking more crisp than you. I'm like, how can you tell someone a black person needs to shave when he's looking more crisp than you? But you're coming to work with a 5 o'clock shadow and all that kind of stuff, and frosted tips in your hair and shit like that. I'm like, really? You're telling someone they can't come looking like this? And don't even get me started on dress code. Dress code is, I go to work in suits. I see people going to work in casual pants, jeans, and stuff like that. But if I'm not wearing a dress shoes with my dress shirt, I wear my casual shoes, which still looks good with my dress pants. I would get shit for it.
Well, look, see, but
that's my experience. That's my experience.
Look, if that's like nobody's, I think if anybody tries to make the argument, let's say that people, let's say, are culturally or racially biased, that'd be silly. You know what I'm saying? Because most people have some sort of bias, whether it's implicit, explicit, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like most people have some sort of bias that can be shown to a degree. You know what I'm saying? And some are, and there's levels too, right? Like one person might want to hang out with more people that look like them versus somebody who just hates other people who are not like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's levels. And it's like, and if you are in a situation where somebody does something against you, then no problem. We can rock with that. You know what I'm saying? But if we're going to say that we're in a society which is racist, it's like that, it's tough, especially when we hear like, let's say, anecdotal evidence such as that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but is that everybody's reality? Is that like a thing? Is that a rule? Is that a law? Or it's just like sometimes some people are just shitty. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, yo man, handle them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like drag their ass, do whatever you need to do. But like when people start saying like, oh, these black people are not able to succeed because of structural racism, I'm like, hold on, you live in Montreal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how much it is to go to high school. It doesn't cost you nothing. It doesn't cost you nothing to go to Dawson, and university is cheap as shit.
But I think
You know
that's
what I'm
I think that's a Quebec thing specifically, though.
Well, Quebec, listen, man.
I think that's a Quebec thing more.
Everybody everywhere has the opportunity if they give a shit enough. If they give a shit enough, everybody can succeed in Canada. You can do whatever the hell you want in Canada, in the United States, in England, any Western country. You'll be just fucking fine, pretty much, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. I can't really speak too much on, let's say, other countries other than those, but you know what I'm saying? But like, especially in Canada and the United States, like, no, they're like structural racism preventing black people from succeeding. No, I'm sorry, that's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not like if a lot of times, like, especially you'll hear people like telling stories as to what happened to them and things like that. It's like racism is just not there. There was no like, how did racism tell you to not graduate from high school? How did fucking racism like tell you not to take school seriously? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think that's more of a case by case basis because there are some shitty teachers.
But that's the vast majority. If you want to succeed, go to school and graduate, and you'll be fine. That's what it is. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, or whatever the case is. You go to school, you graduate, you get a degree, you'll be fine.
But I think
it's what it is.
I think what the thing is though is, for example, let's say a black person goes to school, he doesn't succeed. There's a high chance that he's going to be fucked up. There's a high chance for black people. The thing with white people,
our crime rates are pretty high, so yeah.
You're right. No, you're right. But the thing is for white people though, you can go to school and they fuck up. There's a pretty good chance that they'll be fine.
I don't know about that.
There's a pretty good chance to be fine. Because personally, for me, I think school is not about education you get; it's about the connections you make. So the people you know.
Well, I mean,
I think it's more about the people that you know.
We're having a different conversation right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, but it's not like there's like a white congregation where somebody walks up to you and is like, "Hey, my white brother,
no.
why don't you?" You know what I'm saying?
But who are giving you the jobs? It's mostly white people that own businesses.
Okay, but it's not. But
it's the same thing.
Is there some sort of a pandemic where black people just cannot get jobs versus white people? That's not really happening. That's not. It depends.
It depends on how you see the person. Because no.
There's not a thing where black people with master's degrees are just not finding work. That's not a thing. And black people also need to get into this thing where, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to be a lot more of an entrepreneurial culture. We need to do that. We need to focus on that a lot more. Too.
You're right on the entrepreneurial
supporting ourselves too.
You're right.
You know
we support our own business. Everything. I fully agree with you. But I think where you're saying that, okay, black people could get an interview. I know that for sure. They can get an interview. Once you're in the interview, and I can say it's a personal experience. And I did the test on this because I do talent acquisition. I do for a living. I see who gets hired more than other people. If my name Jason Elias, it's an English name. I can tell you already, I don't get much offers for when it comes to work. I did an experiment, changed my name to François Duguay. Same experience. The only thing I changed was the name. Every day I was getting 5 offers. When I had Jason. 5 offers in 2 months, I'll be lucky.
Again, but look, I'm saying, hey man, I'm not saying, but again, but we're getting into like anecdotal stuff again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like if we're gonna talk about like on a overall scale, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like we're gonna have to see some actual data.
I do agree with you.
And it's hard to determine.
But
that,
I do agree with you.
But like black people, like listen, like the fact is, if you like, there was a study done recently that said the single most important factor in determining whether or not you'll be a success is if your parents are married. That is the number one apparently factor to determine that you will be fine. Is if your parents had you after they got married and they stay married, you'll be fine. That's the number one factor. You know what I'm saying? But there are also little other factors as well that are, well, not little, they're big deals. But like doing things like graduating high school and not going to jail, you will not stay poor. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, whatever the fuck. But if you do go to jail, you do not graduate high school.
You will probably stay poor.
Odds are, whatever the fuck you are, you're not going to be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I don't understand. Like, yo, the most successful, like, people, like, let's say, like, a white person or a Chinese person, whoever the fuck, like, it's not like they can't, like, I'm seeing a lot of Asians coming up right now. And I love it. You know, it's dope because I like what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a lot of them, they come here. They ain't got shit, man. Some of them, they ain't got nothing, bro. And they bust their ass, bro. They bust their ass. These people work hard, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And they grind. They have a vision and they bang it out, you know what I'm saying? And then when they achieve, they put their other family members on, and they put their other family members on, and they put their brethren on, and they go and they, like, look at Chinatown. Chinatown been there for how long? Yo, those stores don't get
True.
renovated.
Yeah, they don't.
I haven't seen those stores get. Some of them look busted, but they're still there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're still making money. Like, yo,
they support themselves.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like people need to stop. Like, people just underestimate how important certain things are. I think people just like to come up with excuses for not doing that which works. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't feel like, fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about being successful now. These are the ways to be successful. You go, you come here, you work hard, you go to school, you try your best. You know what I'm saying? And when you come up, you support others, and then all you guys support each other, and you'll be fine. And that's what it always is. Dog.
I agree with you. I agree with the point that if you graduate school, there's a high chance of you being successful. That's the highest. Anybody's trying to get some money, that's the easiest way to get some money. We have no argument with that. I have no, absolutely no. Obviously, school is not for everyone. Other people do other stuff like trades and whatever.
Man, do whatever, man. Like,
as long as you're productive and positive. There are very few exceptions of people not going to school and being successful, but that's few and far between.
Exactly.
That's few and far between.
Guy, do you know what I was looking at a report the other day, right? Of Concordia graduates and McGill University graduates.
Yeah.
I already talk shit about Concordia. Concordia is the best business program. It's like, yeah, maybe their teachers are better. You know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But like, McGill has a name and it means something. You know what I'm saying? They say, yo, the average salary. But even if we just go from average salaries, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, yo, average salary from McGill, an MBA student who graduated from McGill is $72,000.
Yeah.
Which is, yo, you get a town full of people who have $72,000, you'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have a mom and a dad make $72,000. That's overall household income of $144,000. You're just fine. You know what I'm saying? But then you go to McGill. The average salary for McGill MBA graduates is $117,000. That's average salary
because of the name.
But that's average though.
Yeah.
Like average. So people who say, oh well, you know, it's not necessarily you can go to school and do well. On average, if you go, you'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, and that's the thing, and that's what bothers me. It's like, yo, all these people that come in, man, they say all these crazy things, and it's like, yo, what are you even basing that on, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when you go and you have the average salary is $117,000. Chances are you'll be fine, and everybody else who goes there will be fine too.
I think you know what I'm saying? McGill though is McGill is, I think, in Montreal, the majority, a lot of the students are international students, so. I don't even think it's even the majority of Montreal students.
Maybe, who knows? You know
it's possible because of the
international students come here and they bust their ass though.
They bust their, yeah, I'm not saying that, but they have a lot of money too. The ones that go to McGill, they have a lot of money, especially international students.
Yeah, McGill ain't cheap.
If you have, so that means, yeah, you bust your ass, but you're coming from a place of influence too. So you have money to be. If
you have money, but I'm talking about your salary now, right? You come here and you bust your ass and you get a salary.
Yeah.
Your parents aren't getting hired at these jobs. You are. And your parents, if you're an international student, nobody knows your fucking parents. You know what I'm saying? Nobody know your fucking parents. They're from Saudi Arabia or China. Like, they're not going to Pfizer talking about, hello. You know what I'm saying? Like, hire my son.
They don't know their parents, but they know their parents' money.
Who gives a shit? If I'm going and I'm gonna get a job at RBC, the hell is my parents' money good? Like, so are my parents investing millions of gajillions of dollars?
Possibly.
Every single student?
You never know.
Every single student?
The international students, you don't know their situation.
There are tens of thousands of people who graduate all the time.
Tens of thousands of millionaires too. You don't know.
That graduate every single year? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? These kids, some of these kids come here with nothing, man. Some of these people, they come here and they don't have a lot.
No, you're right. I'm not saying
they don't. It's not just international students, especially with the MBA. A lot of them maybe, but a lot of them are from here. You know what I'm saying? They're from here, and a lot of them don't have nothing, man. They're just on grants and government subsidies and loans and they come out there with $300,000 in loans, but they bust their ass and they did the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people work hard. You know what I'm saying? These people work really hard. McGill is no joke.
I'm not doubting it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not doubting. Like anyone who goes to higher education, it's hard work. I'm doing political science bachelor's degree. It's hard.
It is.
Masters is even harder.
Dog, McGill is no joke, man. Like, people say it all the time. McGill they don't play. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you graduate from McGill and you get hired, it's not because your parents are rich. You worked hard as shit. You know what I'm saying?
I just think in the case when it comes to black people and stuff like that, I think having the opportunity to get into it, you could take loans, but you're not coming from a lot of money in the first place. So you're taking on extra debt. I know
Maybe more so than other people. But again, if you're black, if you're black, especially going to McGill, like you're probably born here. You know what I'm saying? You're going there, you're probably born here.
If you're black, there's no excuse for you not to have your high school degree. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, if you're anybody, like go to
Anybody,
Class,
there's no excuse. There's no excuse for you to not have your high school.
What, $100? Like, come on, stop it. It is like $100.
Even CJEP too. But I'm like
$100.
But I'm saying there's no excuse. But there's a lot of people I know who don't have their high school degree, and
you need that.
And they'd be like, oh, "Yo, I'm doing big things, man. I'm making moves." I'm like, "No, you're not making no moves. You can't read. You're not making no moves if you can't read."
Like, you're an asshole.
No, what
I say, but hold on. I got a counterpoint to that. Listen, Mr. Floyd Mayweather, he's not the strongest reader, but
he had
he's
talent.
Not no dummy. He's not no dummy.
He had talent.
Oh, he got talent out there.
And you know what's talented about him? His talent is to have people who knows that stuff around him. That's his talent. It's not his boxing is not his main talent. It's having the people around him.
I actually kind of like Floyd Mayweather. Just a couple of things I like how he does and what he does. Certain things I
not
wish
the way
he did
how he
differently,
does.
though.
Yeah, some
certain things I wish he did differently, like the fact that he blows so much bread. Like, yo, the man made a lot more money than that. You should be worth a lot more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, he blows so much bread. I'm like, damn.
He spends it on strippers and goes gambling. Dude gambles a lot of money.
But anyway, that's what it looks like. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he has some sort of a deal with somebody, and maybe it's all an act. It's all a show. I heard something like Birdman does that or something like he balls a lot, but apparently a lot of it is like it's just an ad. You know, it's just a fad. It's just a
Floyd
face.
Mayweather is a billionaire. I know that for sure. He is a billionaire.
Nah, he's not a billionaire.
Yeah, man, he's a billionaire.
Floyd Mayweather's not a billionaire.
Yeah,
no, he probably made $1 billion in fight money, in revenue, but he's not a billionaire.
I'm pretty sure he's a billionaire because
if he's a billionaire, he's hiding it from the government. You know what I'm saying? Because his worth is like what, $500 million, something like that on Celebrity Net Worth.
It's on Forbes or anything like that.
Yeah, we could look that up.
Well, we can look it up. We'll look it up after. But he's made a lot of money in his time that he's done his boxing and stuff like that. He got screwed out of a lot of money though too because he essentially bought his way out from Top Rank from that dude who's even more greedier than him. What's his name? Bob Arum, who was his manager before. Yeah. Because he was taking all of Floyd's money, and Floyd made a lot of money when he was coming up.
Floyd made a lot of money, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let's look this up right now.
He was making a lot of money coming up, and he had to buy his way out of Top Rank. I don't know how much, couple of millions it was, but he was making a lot of money.
Mayweather says is worth bombo. Yeah, about $500 million, $565 million.
That's his assets worth?
No, that's his overall net worth. So that would be assets, everything, cash, mutual funds, whatever the hell.
So he spent $565 million. So he spent quite a deal, like $500 million.
Oh man, not necessarily. I mean, there's taxes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
and he did have to pay back a lot of taxes.
Yeah,
but stuff for IRS evasion.
Then again, $565 million. Maybe he doesn't really spend that. I don't know. But I'm saying, like, I just wish, you know what I'm saying, that. Like, because and the reason why I said that too is because I heard him in an interview saying that like what do I have to do for Africa? I'm just taking care of my family and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I wish that Black folks had a really like a single vision for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get this money and I'm gonna really take care of Black people. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's not in any way some sort of a racist thing. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people take it as that. You know what I'm saying? When you say, look, I got to look out for Black people when you're Black, it's like, I mean, I understand why somebody might feel away because it's like, well, what about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, look, we're not doing well. You know what I'm saying? And that's us and that's family. And when we're not doing well, people are not gonna come down on white people when we do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
Comes out hard on us.
Well, yeah, because it's like
we're looked at badly already.
Look at our murder rates. If you look in the United States right now, 50% of the murders are to Black people, and they're only six. And Black men and it's Black men really, and Black men are only 6% of the population. Six. Yeah. You're 6% of the population doing 50% of the murders. Jesus Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's bad. So it's like, if I want to say, look, me as a Black man, I want to see that change, and and we are the only ones who are going to change it. Nobody's going to come into the Black community and be like, okay, Black people, here you go, magic wand, bing, and you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, everything's different. Like, we are the only ones who can come out and change that. And if I say I want to change that, I want to make things better, and I say, look, what needs to change? Yo, we need money. We need money bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, our schools are dilapidated. We ain't got no opportunities. Like, we live in these doo-doo ass areas with doo-doo ass food, and and a lot of us don't go to school and don't eat. So if you don't, and the Black Panthers knew this from the '60s. You do not go to school and eat breakfast. You're gonna do worse. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
you have to eat breakfast.
You got to eat breakfast.
Even going to work, you need to have breakfast.
Most
to
important
function.
meal of the day. I mean, it's hokey to say, but it's true.
You need,
it's the real talk.
To function. You need to function. Same thing when I'm going to work. I need to eat something. If I get to work, I'm eating before I work.
Trust me,
I need something because I need to function.
Every morning, man. I have a strict breakfast regimen that I stick to that every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you have to. I think the whole thing with Black people. Obviously, you're right. You're absolutely right. They need to support their support. You need to support us. We need to support ourselves.
Yo, dog. Look at how many. Like, the other day, I was sitting there with my brother, and I'm like, yo, we're going to just a list of athletes and actors and powerful business people, and there are so many of us. I remember I think this dude, I love this dude, man. George Fraser, this networking guru in the States.
Okay.
George Fraser, man. The first time I seen him was about 12 years ago at the I think it was 06? I think it was 05. State of the Black Union, 05. Mm-hmm. That Tavis Smiley used to host. I think they stopped it about like 6 or 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I really got mad that they stopped it because I thought it was such a great thing. Like, they would have this podium conversation, and they would have like 25 of some of the most prominent Black people like around with like coming from different backgrounds.
Who stopped the show though?
I think Tavis just stopped doing it for whatever reason. I don't know why he stopped, because I don't think it was dying, and because every time they did it, they would fill stadiums with their audience. So I don't I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't worthwhile.
I do have a theory on that, but continue your story. I'll tell you about it.
I at one point it got a little crazy. Like Dick Gregory went up and said some crazy shit sometimes, but I think the idea of it was wonderful. Of course I didn't agree with everybody politically, not. You know what I'm saying? But I think that some of the things that people were saying were just amazing. And it's like, yo, Doc, look at all these people. These people are just like former surgeon generals and doctors and lawyers and politicians. And I'm like, yo, these people are like, some of these people are million gajillionaires. And I'm like, yo, man. And all these people are coming up there and telling these things. Yo, everything that they were saying, they were dropping gems. And this one dude, George Fraser, like I was saying before, man, was talking about the importance of networking and staying linked and working together. He's saying, yo, like, everybody is really like downplaying just how crucial. Because remember before you were talking about it's important who you know? Yo, dog.
It's who you know.
Who you know, networking is everything, man.
And you gotta say, and
everything.
And it's not like LinkedIn where you just connect to someone. No, you have to talk to these people and talk to them consistently so they know who you are.
Stay with them. You know what I'm saying? Updates,
like everything like that.
And if you go on his YouTube videos, man, this dude, anybody's listening to this, please look up George. If you are serious about your business stuff or whatever the case is, please look up George Fraser. He has YouTube channels. He's on Facebook. This dude is amazing. And I remember he was like at the State of the Black Union, his speech in 05, and you can actually look up State of the Black Union 2005 on C-SPAN. You can Google it. It'll be like I think the first two links. There's two. Yeah. It's like 4 hours long.
I'll put a link up.
There's a part 1 and a part 2. Guy, it is. Oh my God, it is like it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? And George Fraser his stuff stuck with me the most. He was saying like that he did this whole breakdown of like how much intellectual capital and financial capital and work experience and educational experience that all the Black people in the United States have. And when he broke it down that way and really made it seem like, yo, we have all the tools that we need to be so successful, and we're just not doing it. Yeah, we don't need nobody. We don't need nobody. We don't need no help. And the things that he was saying, I was like, dude.
But you know what?
The way he broke it down makes you feel like an idiot. You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
I think Black people are. It's not that they don't want to work. I think they're scared of what might happen once they get to that point where they have that money, they have everything working for them. Because we saw what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They got bombed to shit.
And I hate. You know what? And it's true. I'm
not saying that's gonna happen. I'm not saying that's gonna happen though. But I'm saying
I love Black Wall Street. I love what it was. I love what it stands for. You know what I'm saying? And it made me sad every time I hear about the fact that it was fucked up and burned down and bombed or whatever the case is. But it's like, yo, listen, like that was 80 years ago. And fuck it. Like, if somebody tries to come and take our fucking money, like, yo, niggas, like, motherfuckers need to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. Like, if somebody comes to your house, knocks on your door talking about, I'm going to kill you and take your money, Like, dog, fucking die for your shit, man. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to stop worrying about what anybody. Who cares? Somebody want to come and take your shit, yo. Let's ride on them then. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's willing to bust guns and gang bang and shit, but you're not willing to go to school, bang it out, bust your ass, support your family, support your friends next door because you're worried about some unknown fucking entity that may potentially come and steal your shit. Everybody's forgetting that, yo, that was during fucking Jim Crow, like 30 some odd years before even black people were allowed to vote. You know what I'm saying? At the time when it was illegal to prosecute a white person if you're black, like it's illegal to take a white person to court. Like, it's not the same. We're not there. That's a long fucking time. Who cares, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
I think though, I'm not saying.
And it's not a thing. Look at the crazy shit Farrakhan says every day. Like, they ain't shoot him yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, Farrakhan says some shit that's like, whoa.
Yeah,
like,
Farrakhan goes far. He goes
like,
far
come on, man.
I think,
like, if Farrakhan can say that and not die, I think that I can go to school, make some money, support my family, and come up, and we'll be okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Because, and it was funny, because it's another thing George Fraser said. He said, yo, in a state, or in a city, or in a country of democratic capitalism, the only color that really matters is green. And it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at it like this. Look at it like this. You have this angry force of white people that are coming to take black people's money. And if they came to our town that was full of wealth and they knocked on our gate and they said, "Get out of here, niggers. We're gonna take your money."
You sound like Dave Chappelle when he does the white people voice.
That's what it's like. It's like, but you know, imagine that. You know, sit at the door. Listen, niggers. We're coming for all your wealth. You better give it up. And they said, "Listen, let's talk." You know, what I'm saying? And they come out there and say, "Listen, how much money do you make, man?" You know what I'm saying? Because it's only a poor motherfuckers gonna say some stupid ass shit like that, right? Because that's what it was. It was all these jealous poor white people that
it was poor white people. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so it's only some poor motherfuckers gonna say that. It's like, okay, look, white folks, let me ask you a question. Like, you know what I'm saying? How much money you make? And it'd be like, don't worry about that, nigger. You know what I'm saying? And you say, how much you make? I make $15,000 a year. Well, shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I make $500,000 a year, motherfucker. Shit. Well, that's how do you make that? And then you start getting into a conversation about economics and all of a sudden now you're able to help that motherfucker out. You think that if he's dependent on you financially now all of a sudden, right? Or he could potentially use you to get up. Do you think he's gonna give a shit about what anybody else wants? Is all these other KKK brothers and sisters gonna be like, "Hey, get that nigger"? You'd be like, "Listen, that nigger put me onto some fucking bread. I'm leaving that nigger alone." And he might just be like, "Yo, what's all this nigger talk? He's cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with Jamal. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Billy Bob. You can go fuck yourself. I'm hanging out with Jamal. You know what I'm saying? And Hakeem and the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's only so far that hatred can go, especially when you start bringing in money now. You start helping people. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people start depending on you financially, like people wonder why. The reason I tell people all the time, like, yo, black people sometimes get bullied in certain areas by police, not because just because you're black, but it's because you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? There's that, and it's like, yo, but other than that, like, in these neighborhoods that are just riddled with crime, like, if you're worried about police, yo, you got to bring the crime down, man, and that's something you can control. Nobody's telling you to sell crack.
There was a time, you know what I'm saying? But I think what you're talking about there, especially for black people, I think that starts more in the household with the families, like the parents and all that stuff.
Of course, 100%.
Because I was listening to Corey Holcomb. He's from Chicago, South side of Chicago, where it was really bad back in the 80s, 90s, even 70s stuff. He was saying that back in the day,
Chicago's still.
It's still bad, but it's not.
What, the second highest murder rate in the United States? Like, it's bad.
But he was talking about that, saying when he was smaller, a grandmother could walk across the street and gangbangers be on both sides of the street. They'll stop shooting and they'll let the grandmother walk. Nowadays, everyone's shooting. Yeah, everyone's dying today.
And they're going for grandmother on purpose because she's your grandmother.
Exactly. So, like, he's saying there's a loss of respect for black people between each other. It's like, I don't know when it happened, how it happened. It could be racism. It could be the situation you're in. That's a phenomena that's actually prevalent across all levels of crime in general. Like, if you look at any documentaries on like gang shit in general, like whether it's like the bikers, white people with the bikers, or Italians with the mob, and black people with street gangs and whatnot. Like, old gangsters had certain codes of ethics and ways about doing things. Now that's gone.
And then younger ones that were trying to come up where they're basically, you're in a world where there are no rules, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically the most savage is the guy on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when you have a dude who has a moral code versus a guy who will do anything to get up. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That moral code is out the window. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like the most savage will win. You know what I'm saying? And that over the last like 20 some odd years or 30 years has been the code. And it's that same way in the Italian mob. Back in the day, like, yo, you don't kill no kids. You don't kill no religious people. You don't kill the wife of nobody. Nowadays,
Montreal, especially.
All you guys are going.
In
you know
Montreal, we see that a lot too with the biker gangs and the mafia.
Yeah, well, yeah, of
all
course.
People getting gunned down in the daylight.
Everybody's going after the family, the uncles. That wasn't a thing back in the day. It was like they're coming for you and you alone. And if you're with your family, they'll leave you alone, but they'll wait for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's like, yo, they're spraying up the whole sidewalk. Everybody getting blown away.
Everyone,
you know what I'm saying? But that's everybody now.
Broad daylight.
But I'm saying, but that's the thing. It's like a level of savagery. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember I was watching a documentary on pimping. I think it was American Pimp.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like, you know, pimps in the 60s and 70s. It was like, if you were like a gorilla pimp where you beat up the chick and you force her, and it's like you're a loser. It's like you don't even have game to convince the girl that you're the guy to be with. Mm-hmm. You have to beat the shit out of her. Like you're a loser. You know what I'm saying? And then at some point, like motherfuckers realize like, yo, if I don't have the intelligence or the game to convince the girl, fuck it, I could just beat the shit out of her, get her just like hopped up on drugs, and she ain't going no fucking where. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, the people with the intelligence are the minority. You know what I'm saying? But the people, anybody can go to the gym, lift some weight, be scary, fucking stick a needle in a chick and force her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't take any skill. So anybody can do that. That's why, like, now you see, that is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, gorilla pimping is that's the norm. You know what I'm saying? A dude who doesn't hit a chick is like, he's a pimp and he didn't beat her. Oh my God. Wow. That's bizarre.
They're trying to learn how to do it. Now they're trying to relearn. It's a cycle thing. It's a whole cycle thing. It's going to go back probably to what it was before.
I don't think so.
It might. I'm not saying it will.
I don't think the reason I don't think so is because people always move towards what's easier, and it's easier to beat the shit out of a chick and give her drugs. It's not. You have to be charismatic and intelligent to be able to. It's like anything. It's like getting a chick. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting a chick. You gotta have game to get chicks. You have to. There's like a way to do it. There's like a way to come off.
You're right, because we talked about this in our relationship episode. Like people using the apps now instead of actually going to a bar and talking to a girl.
There's no game in that.
There's no game in it. And I was saying, my personal preference was just going to a bar, talking with someone to have a conversation.
Of course.
If my game works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think what people are afraid of in general, even dating a girl or whatever, pimping or whatever, I think they're scared of rejection and failure. I think that's what it is.
You know what? And actually, that fear is like, apparently that's like anxiety in general is like a huge thing now. This generation apparently has I'm seeing all these reports coming out of just like astronomical increase of people with cases of mental illness over the last just like 10 years. They just went through the roof.
Because doctors are giving people pills that shouldn't be taken, first of all.
They're pilling the shit out of you, but also but it's also different. Like, people don't handle stress very well anymore at all. Like, it's different if because imagine, you know, let's say me and you, guys, like when we were coming up, like by the time Facebook came along, we were adults. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these are kids growing up with Facebook and Tinder. Like, they're children. You know what I'm saying? Like, so dating, this is how to date. You date by going online, looking at pictures, see what you like, swipe, boom, beep, and then meet. And then it's like, okay, hey, you want some penis? I want some penis. Okay, I'll give you some penis. You know what I'm saying? It's like there was no I'm going to go to the park and go play with my friends, and I see a cute girl, and it's like, shit, I have to muster up the courage to go talk to her. Yeah. And then you grow up knowing that this is the way to talk to people through years of, since I was a kid, I had to get over it, and then I eventually just became a part of who I am. And now, you know, meeting people is not scary, public speaking is not scary, handling interviews is soft. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's like kids are a lot more intellectually adept now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're more smarter in general.
They're
like,
tech savvy. They're
tech savvy. They're a lot more intelligent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's on the social side though, that is severely suffering right now. Like, this teacher was telling me, I don't even know if it's true, but this one teacher told me this, and if this is true, this is sad as shit. This teacher told me, he said that at a lot of Ivy League schools now in the United States, like, these kids, they come out and like these kids are the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're intelligent, they work super, super hard, they got the grades, they got the know-how. You know what I'm saying? He said, but their social skills are so bad that, like, and employers are just like, what the hell is this shit? You know, so like, they got, like, the resume is sexy, but when they talk to them, it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, like, yo,
they
like,
to the point,
to the point where apparently schools like MIT and Harvard and Princeton, supposedly, I don't know if it's true or not, but I gotta look this up. I don't know why I never looked it up, but I need to.
Allegedly, we're saying allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't want to be sued. I don't want to be sued.
Allegedly. Apparently, these schools have credit courses for things like small talk. Like, what the? Like, imagine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to class and like to learn how to like spark a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Where to put cutlery and like how to talk about sports and shit. Like, yo, that's insane, man. Like come on, man. Imagine we had that. You know, so, yo, I would have took that course just because. You know, so like,
Dude,
yo, I'm gonna go and fucking ace this shit. You know
because I'm at Concordia, there are courses like that. Yeah, my last 2 weeks. I'm finishing in December for good.
Bumbo,
Done that shit.
Hey.
I'm not dealing with school no more. I hate Concordia. It's a nasty school.
Oh wow. You ain't worried about getting sued, but you're gonna doo-doo all over Concordia. They're coming for you.
There's garbage on the floor and stuff. I can take pictures. Am I lying? Am I lying if I'm telling the truth?
There's doo-doo on the floors? Really?
Yeah. There's bums in the toilets, dog.
Bums in the toilets.
Bum sleeps in the toilets.
Bums in the toilets. They're in the toilet bowl. They're in the bowl.
Not
you know what I'm saying? Just
they're in the bathroom.
Swimming around, splashing around
they're in the
you know what
they're in the bathroom and just lying there sleeping from the warm. Which I understand.
Hey man,
I understand.
well, yeah, you're downtown. Like if I ain't got no place, shit, I'm sleeping in Concordia. But fuck y'all.
The thing is,
you know what I'm saying?
The thing is with you're seeing it less. You're seeing it more often as compared to before.
What, more bums?
Yeah.
What is this new bum like phenomenon? Like
I remember
Concordia's bringing in bums. Like
this is a side note, but I'm seeing a lot more bums. Like there was no bums in NDG 5 years ago.
There's no excuse me. Excuse me.
Where I live in NDG.
Get the fuck out of here.
Where I live in NDG.
Man, you live by Fielding. Don't give me that bullshit.
I live by. Don't tell people where I live, guys.
By Fielding. Okay, Fielding is a street. It's a long street. Okay.
All right, I live closest to Montreal West, where everyone knows. There's no bums there. I saw two this morning.
Oh, don't play that shit. Don't play the. Oh, I live close to Montreal. Hey, don't try to act cool. You live in fucking DG. You know what I'm saying?
I live honestly right on the border of Montreal West, and
there's no. You tell me there's no panhandlers in NDG? Get the fuck out of here.
No,
man.
I'm talking about bums. I'm talking serious bums, though.
Go to fucking Probably Go live. There's gonna be a dude outside talking about, you have some change? And it's been there for a long time. You probably know his name. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying there weren't any, but I'm seeing a lot more than I used to. That's the thing.
Maybe you, but that's not, like, come on. You can't be like, oh, it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like lightning strike, bat out, bums everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're respawning like a video game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just bum, 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 bum. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fucking guy.
That was a little side note. What were we talking about now?
I don't even know, man. You started talking about bums. You're crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, but let's get back on track. Hold on a second.
You still laughing?
Hold on.
Oh my God.
It's Jason's fault. Recording during my sleep.
All right, we're back. We're back, everyone. And
recording during your what?
My sleep hours.
Your sleep hours.
So we're back, everyone.
This
and
fucking hibernating bear.
We're joined by a special guest.
Chunky butt.
We're joined by another special guest. Jamal is here. So Jamal, say what's up.
What up, y'all? I'm just here chilling with the boys.
Talking that nonsense.
Well, I mean nonsense. I mean subjective.
So yeah, we're talking. So yeah, we were talking about people who essentially can't talk to anyone ever like that. Small talk. That's what we were talking about bums and stuff.
No, Jason was talking about bums, and I think Jason's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Jason's talking about bums are everywhere. It's like making it seem like there's like a bum locust swarm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I think it's an epidemic in the Western world. I don't think with countries being so rich, it shouldn't have those type of lifestyle.
I mean, you know what? I think there's always gonna be, unfortunately, people that may potentially fall into that position. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe we're a lot colder towards people that are on the street than we should be. You know what I'm saying? But I think the possibility, especially given the fact that you're not just given bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the possibility of you, let's say, gambling everything that you have and losing it all on the street. There's always gonna be somebody on the street who's gonna do something dumb. Like, so there's always gonna be some dude who, let's say, had a wife, you know what I'm saying? Everything was great, and then she went and sucked off her boss's cock, you know what I'm saying? And she said, "Fuck you," bounce, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he just went into a massive depression, started taking drugs, and now he's on the street because he lost everything. That's extreme. But I'm saying, like, but if you talk to some of these people like that are on the street, yo, dog, these not just everyday Joes that was like, you know, that bench looks comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
But it's true. It's like, yo, you talk to so many people, they're like, yo, they tell you some shit. You're like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like
remember,
I don't even think it takes all that for you to necessarily become homeless.
No, not necessarily. But I'm saying there's lots of different factors where in a society like this, you could potentially be on the street. You know what I'm saying?
We all have the potential.
Of course.
I personally don't judge people on the streets. Nah. I only judge the people who have signs and I can read them and they're funny.
What?
That's really wrong.
You fucking dick. This nigga said, if I can read it, that means you can write and you need to have a job.
If you have time to write a sign, tell me why you're broke and why you need food, you could probably write and read and write. Especially the ones with the dogs too. They piss me off because the dogs are dying. They piss me off, man.
You know what bothers me is that when people actually, you know what? I mean, that's their motherfucking business. You know, quite honestly, like if somebody says, you know what, like I'm cool with the streets. I've been on the streets for a long time. I'm cool with it. I don't even want to push in, you know what I'm saying, get a crib. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Then I can't hate. Like, he likes being on the street.
But that's like, I'll never ask you how you got on the street.
Nah,
but I'll ask you how can you get off the street. I'll never ask you how you got on the street.
If they're keen on getting off the street, let's say, and they're not doing what they need to do to get off the street, then I'll be like, fuck, man, like you gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not gonna but quite honestly, shitting on people for not doing what they're not supposed to be doing is just like you can shit on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I made some dumbass decisions in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I almost went to jail for a very long time for some stupid shit. And it wasn't even me. It was just because I just hung around the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up getting pulled into some crap that I was not even a part of. Yeah, at least let me catch a case for some stupid shit I did. Not for being around some stupid shit because I was with stupid people. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you didn't catch a case for dumb shit.
Man.
Then you wouldn't be here.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. That's, it could have been worse. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I've never gotten into real trouble. Like people try to get me on those credit card scams, like to go into banks and stuff like that.
Yo, listen, all you people on Facebook right now, I'm glad to see this Loom shit is done. Y'all need to stop fucking around. I'm like, yo, I remember I posted a status. Yo, dog, I didn't even think anybody was gonna get vexed from this one. I wrote this Facebook post talking about, yo, you guys know that pyramid schemes are illegal, right? Yo, these people caught feelings talking about, yo, the Looms, yo, that's not illegal, huh? Yo, dog, you snitch out, man, them, dog, are they bomba clot? I'm like, yo, dog, stop it, like, stop your nice, dog, it's illegal. And you're posting that you're doing illegal activity on social media. You think the police don't look at that shit? What are you, dumb? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like it's illegal. Stop.
To this
like,
day,
come on.
I really don't. I can't even comprehend. To me, it's just people passing money around.
That's exactly what you're doing. Eventually, it's like, yo, like,
and I'm not trying to take those odds right now.
Like, that's what, like, come on, man. Like, you're just, like, there is no service or goods being exchanged, and there was no government tax that was paid. Government's gonna come and yam your food. What the hell do you think?
But it's
you know
not
what I'm saying?
Just that. It's just that you're so vulnerable to a system like of quick cash, right? So it's like, and I see.
Well, that's how they got into it. Yeah, but it's illegal as shit.
Like, what, in 3 days I got $1,000, and I'm like, if that was such a great, idea, why is you guys are the one coming up with this? I'm not saying you're stupid, but I'm just saying, I think people would have been on it for years. You know what I mean?
If your idea is so great, why are you the only one who knows how to do it?
I mean, I think also it's a concept of susu. Black.
Listen, I told my mom Susu money is a pyramid scheme. She always gets mad at me when I say that.
I disagree. Susu is a great thing for people who came here and was here illegal, couldn't afford a bank account, and they help each other out. And I mean,
what that was what, like, you get with like 10 people, and every now and then somebody gets to take out the money. But that's not the same thing though. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a group of people and you guys are just trying to basically help each other save bread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus like this is a thing where I'm trying to recruit people to spend money who will then recruit other people, and it's just funds are moving around to the top of the pyramid, which is illegal. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you know what I'm saying?
In a susu, there's no one top person.
Everyone gets the same amount.
Everybody at some point gets to reject money, gets to pull out money. Everybody. It's just a tool to help you get into the habit of saving money. You know what I'm saying? Like a savings account.
I mean, it's a great tool. I think if we use it to build economic structure in our community, we'll be better off.
That's what
what? Oh man,
pooling resources.
Man, we could talk about this all day. God, like I could talk about that all day.
No, but it's really pooling resources. If right now we're 3 people sitting here and we were all millionaires, We could literally say, you know what? I'll give you $100K, and we all put $100K on the table and do something in 3 different neighborhoods.
Of course, you know,
right? It's
and you know what?
Resources for the betterment of the group.
And that's what me and Jason were talking about before. We're talking about, yo, like the amount of intellectual work experience, financial capital that Black people have. Like, we have all the resources we need live.
Black people have a
like
lot
right
of
now.
purchasing power, too. They have a
What?
lot of purchasing power.
The purchasing power of Black people in the United States just alone, of Black people in the United States alone, is something like the 11th or 12th like highest GDP on the planet. Right. But meanwhile, if you look at how they're doing so poorly. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, I remember I was telling Jason before, like there's a dude named George Fraser, and when they used to do the State of the Black Union with Tavis Smiley, Farrakhan, a bunch of people and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was talking, he gave this wicked breakdown of how much intellectual capital and work experience, school experience, and people in sales and managerial experience. It's like, yo, dog, like the way he broke it down made me feel like, yo, if any Black person hears this and they don't get the fuck up and get their shit to get like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Like, the way he broke it down was just so wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, just trillions of dollars worth of GDP and billions of dollars worth of work experience and billions of dollars worth of money and resources to grab on it. It's like, and we're just not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why? Like, like even if we just look at how many celebrities we got, look at LeBron James. LeBron is gonna touch $1 billion. LeBron is going to touch $1 billion. Michael Jordan's already there. Yeah. Tiger Woods is what
Dr. Dre's
800 million. Dr. Dre's about to touch it.
Right
Diddy's already touched it apparently. Diddy he announced it that he already touched it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and if Jay-Z and Beyonce together Mayweather, are like $1.5 billion, Mayweather's $500 million. Like Oprah been billionaire from time. You know what I'm saying?
I think the only issue I have with that though is those people that you mentioned.
They don't give a shit.
They don't give a
shit, and that's like, oh, come on, man.
Because like that's the difference.
Like, these people are gods in the Black community. On top of that,
I would have to disagree.
What?
My boy LeBron.
Yeah,
because,
yeah, okay.
I mean,
okay.
Fair is fair, and LeBron's the type of guy, and I mean, I'm sure there's other celebrities that do it. They do it and don't put it out in the limelight. Mm-hmm. Every year, LeBron sends 40 new kids to college, all expenses.
Oh, I hear that.
I think that in itself is not. He doesn't do it to gloat or to be rewarded. And I think
when I say they don't care, I mean more on like an aggregate scale. Like, we as a people, when we a lot of times come up and we get bread, like, we're not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen some people with so much less do so much more within their communities and build up so much more.
I think
it's man.
In this manner, you should look at it from a micro perspective, because if you really look at just in our community alone, all the stores that sell products that cater to us are owned by people that don't look like us.
And why?
Then when there's a store that cater to us, they do everything sloppy. They try to do things the cheap way. And then it's like, support me, I'm Black. No, but you still have to keep that standard so that we could feel comfortable spending our money there.
That's the thing, definitely. And of course there's problems on both sides of the argument.
Absolutely.
Like, we don't like, as much as, you know what I'm saying, people might be critical, let's say, of like a Michael Jordan or Oprah. It wasn't a lot of us that put them up when they was trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
That's
you know
the thing. That's the reason why I like Magic Johnson. Like, people say, oh, Magic Johnson theaters and all that stuff and all this food chains, restaurant. Yeah, but Magic Johnson gave a lot of jobs to people in the Black community. Out of his theater. He opened up places out of his own pocket to give people who look like him an opportunity and stuff like that. And that's why people say, oh, he paid for the Lakers, or he's the owner of this. No, people like Magic because they see what he did for the community, and he built up his community while making himself money and helping other people build themselves up as well, too.
Magic got bread.
Magic has a lot of money. Those Magic Johnson theaters, people in LA, they know it. Oh my goodness.
Magic is worth what, $700 million? He's worth bread.
If the Dodgers,
I looked at, last time I looked it up was like about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was worth $600 million back then. So he's probably
getting close to $1 billion now or something like that.
And you know what? And to me, it's like, yo, man, like that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, like, and then when you hear things like what Mayweather said about like not necessarily caring about doing things outside of his family, I'm like, come on, like there's certain communities that I've seen, man. I remember I was hanging out with this chick from the Jewish community, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I really like about the Jewish community and, let's say, the Chinese community, is that like they really, really, really support themselves. Like, they really look out for themselves. Like, they're like, oh, you know what? You're from me, I'm gonna help you out. And it's like, and people outside, they don't like that, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like they're really, it's like a cliquey thing, and people try to feel like it's racist, but it's like, yo, like, you're my brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're my homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, you came up from the way I came up. We went through the same things. Like, I want to see you do well, and then in turn, you can help me do well, and we'll make this a circle.
Of course,
thing.
I think
You know
that's
what
the way
I'm
it's
saying?
supposed to be
But
built.
we
up.
don't. We need to do the same. You know what I'm saying?
I 100% agree with you. But you have the problem with that is, unlike other races where a Chinese boy would be advised to do something that, like, educational wise. So you'd be like, oh, become an accountant. A lot of Chinese business need help. He will go out and do that because it benefits the overall of the community.
All right. We had to take a little quick pause there, but we're back. All right, Jamal, continue your thought.
No, I was just saying, like,
Jamali is a thought. You're a big burly whore.
Why did your voice lower when you said that?
Because
it's quite uncomfortable.
I mean it.
Yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, I find that when it comes to certain communities, other than Black community, people go out to fulfill roles that are necessary and would help advance their community. An Asian person would want their kid to become a doctor because maybe their community lack doctors, or an accountant.
Because they make bread.
Well, that too, primarily.
Well,
but
yeah.
it's also, beyond the money, it's also that the fact that if someone in that community needs them or need a doctor or an accountant, they could be able to do that. They don't have to go out their community. They keep their money circulating within their community.
I mean, I don't know about the careers necessarily, but there are certain careers that are much more practical financially, that are much more like, you go into becoming a doctor, you're gonna get money. You be a lawyer, you're gonna get money. You be an accountant, you're gonna get money. But like, if you go to, let's say, become a dance teacher of, some sort of a wacky style that's like interpretive, kangaroo
essentially
shit.
any
You know what I'm saying?
any art, creative arts, or anything like that you're talking about?
Like what Ben Shapiro likes to say, lesbian dance theory. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you major in lesbian dance theory, I highly doubt that you'll be a massively important and indispensable asset to your community.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But which community is looking for that?
But
that's my whole point. My point is exactly that.
But
they're not wasting their time necessarily going into careers that are not gonna, when they're finished, gonna be beneficial to the overall group. That's what I'm saying. Money is obviously a component. But I don't think it's also the fact that you don't, very seldomly you find any Asian person per se in a dance class.
What do you mean? No, that's bullshit. But Asian people are all over them dance classes.
Even at that, they do it as a hobby, or some people do, but the majority of them always go into programs that are contributing back and practical. So I think that's something we should, look at. We should look at the models of those people. I think
it's a question of because within any community, I think there's a lot of people who will appreciate arts. I think different people appreciate arts maybe to a different extent. You know what I'm saying? But I think the vast majority of the problem within, like, let's say, the Black community is that we unfortunately don't take education as seriously as other people, and we should. We don't take education as seriously. We don't take networking as seriously. We don't take group economics as seriously. We don't take group voting as seriously. We don't take the unit as seriously as other people. Like, it's imperative. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cannot do without. We can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, our crime rates are through the roof, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have problems out the ass, and the only people that's gonna solve it is us. And I don't know how we can have people sitting here it just makes me go crazy when I just come to these things at these universities and people are sitting there complaining about police brutality. I'm like, yo, stop your knives, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not the main problem. It's a bitch. Sure, you know what I'm saying? However, I saw some report that says something like, you're more likely to get struck, you're more or equally or not too far away from as likely as being struck by lightning as you are to be shot by police under disputable circumstances. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Why are we focusing on that, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, the vast majority of us are dying from gang violence and from just ignorance in general.
I think
we need to stop that, and that's only us. And it has none. And we can just forget about police. Just don't even bring them up in the conversation. Stop talking about police. It doesn't matter.
No,
back to the Colin Kaepernick thing.
Yeah,
that's why I'm not with him on that. That's why I'm not with him. I'm like, yo, dog, you're wasting your time. It's a waste of time.
I think you're right.
He means well, but he's wasting his time.
I think you guys have the same end goal, just not the methods of getting to that goal.
Because his method it makes no sense. It's like you're sitting there talking about, I'm gonna protest the country because black people are dying in the streets and nobody's accountable. It's like, yo, dog, if you give a shit so much to change black people, okay, because this is nothing new. This is not new. This is the same problem that's been there for a long time. Yo, dog, don't worry about police. Police are not the issue. We are creating our own problem. Even Farrakhan, remember 10 years ago, this guy was talking about, yo, in the 60s, we knew who the enemy was. But now in 2007, because it was 10 years ago, you were the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Talking about us, talking about gang members and gang violence and just us messing up on our side, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's forcing you to fucking go and treat anybody like shit or to not graduate or do whatever. Like nobody's doing that. Nobody's forcing you, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the kind of crap that you were given. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot say now at this point in time that there is some unseen force that is telling you not to graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's telling you, listen, you need to take school seriously. And you're talking about, man, you know what I'm saying? Me, I don't need high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this bread. You're trying to make this bread. Yo, dog, the easiest way to make sustainable income is going to school. That's the easiest way. Doing what Jamali's doing as an example, that's the hardest way. Being an entrepreneur is hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It is tough. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it is hard. You know what I'm saying? The easiest way to make money is going to school. Easiest way. You want to be fine, you want to have money, be okay, go to school. You know what I'm saying?
You can at least get even a part-time job. The minimum requirement to get a job is to have your GED or high school diploma or anything like that. You need, and you're making, it may be not a lot of money what you expect to make, but you're making money.
Oh, come on, man. Like, people say you can't make money. Yo, dog, look at Dunross working in the hospital, dog. You know what I'm saying? Dunross working in the hospital, dog, right? You know what I'm saying? He's not a doctor or a nurse. He's working in the hospital. Like, he got that job just like anybody else with a high school diploma can get that job. You can work. I think it was Matthew, you know what I'm saying, who used to, I don't know if he still does, he used to work in a hospital. He was cleaning.
Alex worked.
Dog, they make what, 18, 19, 20, some of them? People, I remember my grandmother used to work in the hospital in the kitchen. Drew's works in the kitchen, $20-something an hour. Like,
they make more.
You telling me you can't, yo, dog, I know, because I was around this, dog. I know mans that was selling drugs that can't afford their own house, can't afford their own crib. It's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you could make that money, yo, dog, you're not keeping that long, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, why? And on top of that, yo, just from a moral perspective, you're killing people, man. It is what it is. You're killing people.
Yeah.
Like, you were killing people, dog. I know people who smoke crack, dog. Like, they're not the same, man. They're not the same. There's like functioning crackhead is not a thing. It's not a thing. That person is not the same anymore.
Oh,
and if they're a functioning crackhead, they haven't been smoking crack long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Give it a year. Give it a year or two. Like, you know what I'm saying?
My thing with the whole police thing is, like, I think they should be, like, you know, I don't know if black people want to do this or not, but I think there should be more black police officers policing their own communities.
I don't even think that's going to change anything.
I think it'll be a bit easier because, like we were saying before, you want to help people who look like you, help out in your communities. If you see a police officer who looks like you, because I can tell you, like, even though it's not the same dynamics in Trinidad, it's just pure black people.
Yeah, but in Trinidad, the police are way worse.
There's crime. Yes, you're right.
In Trinidad, police brutality is intense.
Worse. I'm not saying that. But like where my dad is from, he knows a police officer. He trusts him and the police officer, and he knows him because that's who you grew up with. That's someone you know.
That's great. He knows him, but their problem with police brutality is much more intense than ours.
But I'm not probably a bad example. What I'm saying is,
yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, if people from your community join the police force, I think, you know, like there's certain black people like, oh, they see police officers, they get scared, they get tensed up. I'm sure if you see people who look like you more in your community, you'd be like, okay, it's a police officer. He's black. I'll be a little bit more calm. I don't have to escalate a situation to the point where, like, why are you talking to me, man? Why are you talking to me? And you get to a certain point where it's like, it's escalating for no reason. You see someone who looks like you could have a conversation with that person.
I don't even know how practical that is. Because, like, yo, like, you don't stay in, it's like you're from DG. Do you stay in NDG all the time? We're not even DG now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens when you go uptown? What happens when you go to St. Michel? What happens when you go to the East? What happens when you go to Laval? What happens when you go to Toronto? What happens when you go to the States? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, like, yo, dog, this is why I say, like, even if that is the case, dog, are you, like, we're not even, see, we're sitting here having a conversation about what we can do to avoid police brutality and so on and so forth. Why are we not talking about what we can do to avoid being struck by lightning bolt? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Let me jump in and say something real quick.
I don't want you to jump in to say anything. Can you even jump? I'm joking.
Oh man! Thank God this is gonna be edited.
I'm joking. I'm joking. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He gave me a pound.
No, but I mean, all these what you guys are describing. It ties in. First of all, you can be a police officer if you don't have basic education, right? So I think fundamentally, do we need more black police officers? I think we need more black everything.
Yeah.
Right? I think we just need that. I just think it's you know, you hear it in rap songs, you know, the white kids look up to this person, but I looked up to the drug dealers.
That's a problem.
We need to have better influencers, better role models, and we need to, you know, like when I was young. Our
music is trash.
Right, huh?
And our music is fucking trash.
Now it is beyond trash.
My God,
but it's not even our music. It's what other people listen to.
Oh,
I choose to denounce that. I'm still stuck in like
it's such noise, yo, dog. It's drug addict rap now.
Of course.
Like, what is this lean and
Pill
perks
popping.
and Zans and Molly and crack and
since when we become, you know, encourager of these things.
Yo, dog, what happened back in the day when it's like if you did anything other than weed, you kept that to your fucking self. You didn't tell nobody. You go off to the bathroom, you disappear, you come back, and all of a sudden you're feeling nice for some reason. You don't tell nobody why you're feeling so nice. You know what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden it's like, hey man, you want to do a bump? You want to do a line? You want to like what the fuck?
But speaking of, this is what I wanted to actually get into a little bit like that, because you're talking about the music and everything like that, and who listens to it. Like Jamali says, you don't listen to that music anymore. That little Uzi Vert, yeah. No one listens to that. But what I want to say, because
that was Young Thug, by the way, Jason.
Who cares? I don't care. They're all the same tone.
Get your poopy rappers right.
They all sound the shit. But what I want to say, because we don't listen to that music, but a lot of people from different cultures listen to that music. And you had talked about to me about people about cultural appropriation and everything like that.
Cultural appropriation is not important. Who cares? I don't care. I don't care. Honestly, like, yo, people, like, yo, listen, see, the word appropriation means something. It means to take. It's to steal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody, like, appropriates funds, they're taking funds. If somebody appropriates a property, they take. You know what I'm saying? Like, people exchange cultures and meld cultures all the time. That is what people have been doing for history. Anytime you interact with anybody, you meet. We're all dressed in European garb at this moment, even though we might have a Negro twist to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's European garb that we're currently wearing. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question though.
Like, but like, what I have a problem with is when you take, and let's say you don't try to give credit, or you try to change the culture. Like, you know, you remember when it was who was yes,
cornrows?
it was one of the Kardashians that was wearing cornrows,
yeah.
and then People Magazine called it, oh, look at her in her boxer braids. Oh, did Bomba Clyde is boxer braids? It's fucking cornrows.
Yeah.
You're not gonna come and try to change shit now and try to change it into, oh yeah, this style of hair was popularized by MMA fighting women. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you stupid? That shit, man. Get the fuck! That's like saying, "Oh, yes, the Kardashians popularized the kimono." Like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. And they're not gonna call it a kimono. They're gonna call it a Kardashian garb. You know what I'm saying? It's the Kardashian.
No, that's honestly
you know
what it is.
Like,
but my thing with the appropriation thing is like, what you said perfectly, 100%. Hate that shit. There's another thing I hate even worse though. Is that when people no, it's like when people who are either not Jamaican, Trini, Bayesian, whatever, and they speak with the accents from the islands and stuff like that.
Yo, guy, how you mean? Yo, me, I'm cheese, dog. How you mean? Like
man's like me.
Yo, man's been walking around from time, but the bomber clot your chat about, dog. How you mean? Like,
and they're white.
Walking around and thing, you know?
They're white as cocaine.
White as cocaine. Who's white like cocaine though? Like white like the walls? Like that's.
Jason been doing lately.
You know what I'm saying? Like what jaundice patients is he coming in contact with? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but
oh my God.
No, but what I'm saying is like I see a lot of people who are like not even close. They're honestly European, like European from. I know of someone. I'm not going to mention names because they do listen to this.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
But they do speak with that kind of tone of voice. I'm like, wait, you went to a country for a couple of months and now you have this accent? I'm like, I don't even have this accent. I don't have the Trini accent.
Hey man, look, that's
people are gonna say I'm talking like as if I'm singing or something like that, which is not true. Trinis don't talk and sing.
Listen,
Okay, so
chinny
I think-
people talking like this, boy.
I think we diverged
Listen, I
from
want
the
to
initial...
go down the street and talk to people because I piss off, you know. I walk down the street and see the children. And
No.
Listen, I walking down and I see my children. They
No,
piss me
Bajans
off.
talk like that. Bajans talk like that.
No,
Traders don't talk like that.
no. Bajans, it's a whole different thing. Like that accent
Are you
is
guys really serious
wow.
right now?
Are you Bajan?
No,
So then,
it has nothing to do with that.
so
It's about
so then who
the-
cares?
He's
Listen,
Vince-
make
he-
fun of Bajans. They're not here.
He's from St.
You know what I'm
He's from
saying?
St. Vincent with
Vincent,
water.
the image makings, the imitation Jamaicans. I'm playing. I'm
I
playing. I'm
shall not
joking.
No, but-
participate.
I shall-
Back into the topic.
I shall not.
No, back in the topic. Like,
Yes,
that
boy.
pissed me. That we do say yes, boy. Well,
Boy, I walking around, boy, that man pissed me off.
no, but a lot of people they take that, and I'm like, I want to say something on Facebook, but people give me flack for when I say a lot of shit, especially a lot of stuff they don't agree with.
You could, man, you be getting ignorant. You see, you said I am ignorant. Jason be getting ignorant on Facebook,
So,
dog.
could I correct
What
my point, though?
what ignorance do I have though?
What?
Okay,
Really? Don't make Jamali come for you, huh?
Let me finish
all right.
my
Let
point.
Jamali finish his point.
Let me finish my point with what I was saying. So the whole thing with police brutality, I think, and all the other issues that I think black people take time to address, we need to stop wasting time.
Thank you. I'm
It
with you.
has to. We
And that's why I don't fuck with the Colin Kaepernick stuff. It's a waste of time, man.
I mean, essentially, we need to get things down to the bare bones.
Thank
what
you.
they are.
I'm with
we
you.
Stop using fluff.
I'm
and
with
stop
you.
doing all this extra stuff because I mean, at the end of the day, had he went straight to the core issue,
Mm-hmm.
there wouldn't be this issue of a veteran feeling insulted because he's not kneeling to the flag.
Thank you.
He's doing this
Thank
and he's
you.
doing
Oh,
that.
My nigga.
And not
I'm
used to
with
the
you.
word too.
Oh, shut up.
Anyways, but you know, the whole point is that like we waste our time literally.
He still gave me a pound though, people.
We just waste our time literally trying to, I don't know if it's I don't know what to call it because we should not, like the time we invest, what Colin Kaepernick is doing is at the core of it is essential. It's good. He's living up to the word. I mean, he's doing his fair share.
I don't even think so.
My
I don't
opinion,
think so.
you're entitled to yours. However, what I would say is with the education factor, you know, the police brutality, we need people who are more willing to take the necessary step. I have family members that are cops, right? And are they all bad? No. I don't think all cops are bad. I don't think all cops go out and you know,
all cops are not
and to do, you know, thing. I think if anything, they should have proper screening because I think a lot of people who are cowards become police officers so they could finally get some power in their life and then they abuse it. And I mean, you find that in any walk of anywhere in any walk of life.
I don't know about that. I think it's just anybody when they have power, even if that wasn't your intent, they end up abusing it at some point.
Well, yeah,
That's just a thing. Like you could look at that in any example anywhere. Anybody who has a
Absolutely.
lot of power, they abuse it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I think essentially we need to stop focusing, and I think that's the goal. If there is a system, we can say the goal of the system is to distract us with all these little things so that we don't really see the core issue and work at it. And if we're going to keep looking at police brutality, cultural appropriation, I mean, the list is long. We're never going to go anywhere.
I'm with you, man.
We're going to
I'm
be
with you
running in
100%.
circles because these
I'm with
issues
you.
has been there from time.
I'm with you.
They were there before us. They're here when we're here. They'll be here after we're gone.
I'm with you.
So for us to progress, we have to look at the core. We need to have better role models,
I'm with you.
you know, encourage education, help one, teach one principle.
Hell yeah.
You know, even us, you know, we're all like around 30. We should be able to go back to a community and, you know, go to a community center, talk to young males
I do
about
that.
our experiences.
I be doing that.
No, I know you do, but I'm talking in a general sense. We need more than
Yeah.
just one person doing this. But
Yeah, for
those
sure.
are the things that are going to provoke change.
Mhm.
You know, it's not the concept of making school cool. No, it's really telling you straight up, without an education, you're very limited in what you can do to benefit yourself and as well as the community, because no one man's an island. You know what I mean? If we need people, and yes, it's hard. It's easy for us to be like, well, there's people out there, you know, celebrities with millions of dollars, and they, you know, they should be able to help, but they can't govern everything. Who are they going to give the money to govern if people are not educated, the basic financial knowledge.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? We have to take those things.
100% with you.
We have to take these things into consideration before we can move on and
There
progress.
was a woman who came by Dawson the other day. I have her card actually. I'm gonna give her a little bit of free publicity. This woman is awesome, bro. This woman is awesome. You know what I'm saying? She's a financial advisor at Sun Life. Her name is Elisabetta Pascal, and she is so amazing, dude. She came by Dawson the other day, man, and she didn't even come here actually she wasn't advertising no Sun Life, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But like, she was just coming here to tell people that what the things they need to know about finance, because there's no class where they're going to teach you about credit. There's no class going to teach you about the importance of mutual funds or how useless a savings account is versus getting and the differences between she talked about RSPs, she talked about GICs, she talked about stocks, she talked about bonds, she talked about mutual funds, she talked about TFSAs. Dog, she went in, and I came out, and I worked at a bank, but even at that, where I worked in sales, and we sold like certain basics, like, so I knew about GICs and let's say GICs and bonds and TFSAs and stuff, but like to the in-depth knowledge that she had of years of working with not just TFSAs, but she sells mutual funds apparently, and man, she was dropping. When I mean she was dropping dimes, dude. I've been talking about this woman for like weeks now. She is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's dope, man. Like,
I think,
oh my God.
I think the reason why, she obviously is a good person. She wants to give back to the community, and she's giving information.
She came here for free.
And she
came here for free,
but
dog.
I think the reason why
she's been doing it for 5 years, and this was her biggest group. You know how many people were there?
How much?
Guy, like 9. And this is the biggest group she said she ever had. And it was all black kids in there, man. And you know what pissed me off, dog? They didn't even stay to the end. They didn't even stay to the end. At the end, it was just me, this girl named Sion, Shanti, and just one other person. And this other people, they kept coming in and back into that. Like, I'm like, you guys don't understand how it, guy, when I mean she was dropping gems, she talked about retirement, Social Security, retirement insurance. Dog, she went in.
I think
oh man,
I think the reason
I'm like 100% more, 100 times more financially competent just because of that one talk with that woman.
There is a reason, though,
and it's so important.
But there is a reason why a lot of people don't come back and do that, and the reason why a lot of banks don't tell you this is because they don't want you
benefit. They're
capitalizing
off your ignorance.
They're capitalizing off your ignorance, and they're benefiting off your money, and they don't want you to participate in any. You could say the stock market, essentially. So if everyone could participate in the stock market if they know what they're doing, get that information, a lot of people could make so much money with a couple of cents, But the thing is, the information that you need to have. A lot of people, like the woman, a lot of people not doing that and not getting that information.
Right, when I told you she was I can't I'm really all excited about, because I'm like, yo, man, you guys don't understand the extent to which the information she gave us was so important. Even me, and I worked in the bank for years. I worked in 2 banks for years, and the things that she was telling me, I was like, wow. They didn't even go in depth like that. It was amazing. This woman is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And there's so much black people that are just suffering with debt, man. Suffering with debt and just and overspending on garbage, and man, we need to get our finances straight. People come to me all the time talking about, oh, why you always talking about money? There's more to life than money. I'm like, nah, there isn't. And the reason why I tell them like that is because I'm aware. Shut up, okay, thanks. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, it's if it's not let's say health, wealth, and family. If it's not health and family, it's wealth, and you need it. You need it. You live in a society where money buys you everything. You want to live, you need money. Without money, you die. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you need to know how it works. And it's not inherently evil necessarily. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how it works. You got to know how to protect it. You got to know how to get it. And you need to know the influence it has. You know what I'm saying? It's like a pistol. You know what I'm saying? A pistol can do some serious damage. But if you don't have one, let's say we were a society where we just had no weapons. Dog, people just come over here and yam our food. You know what I'm saying? You need it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Imagine
this.
But it's it is. They'll just walk in and be like, okay, so, you got mutual funds. Okay, so you're gonna come with me and you're gonna go to the bank and you're gonna take it out and you're gonna just put it into my name. You're gonna put. Why would I put it in my name? You know what I'm saying? Like, put it in my name. You know, say, and what are you gonna do about it? You don't have no weapons. You don't have no. You know, it is what it is. Like, it's like people need to be more honest and more and need to get more educated on the tools that we need to survive. And one of those tools is financial literacy and financial security. Like, you gotta have that. It's not a joke. Like, yo, I saw some scary reports, man, on I don't remember, I think I was watching CNN Business or something like that said something like, this generation is like we're the most at risk to end up retiring broke and in debt and in need. Like, oh my, like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's more of a product that is a product of like how we grew up learning how to spend money and use money. But I think it's also a product.
But we're not. But who's teaching about credit?
But this is one point.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm going. I think it's a product of the generation that was before us that messed up a lot of stuff. Money, like for example.
Oh, of course.
Like for example, people used to buy houses as an investment, not as something as a place to live. Like people will buy houses just to make money and sell it back instead of and now people like us, we can't afford houses because we're priced out the market. And people in previous generations, they just raise the value of the house, raise the value of the house, raise the value of the house, not living in the house, raise the value of the house, sell it for a whole bunch of money. Now we can't get that house. We can't pay for it. We're priced out the market.
I mean, I know that there's currently a real estate bubble in let's say like BC or like Toronto.
BC and Toronto,
and
yeah.
Montreal's coming up, you know what I'm saying, and it's gonna burst eventually. But you know, like that. Yo, everybody go out and get your bread together. Link up with your brethrens. Get yourself a mortgage together, because get ready. These prices are about to drop, and we need to go and we need to go and make some money off that.
Taking all the condos. Taking all the condos.
I was like, I'm taking them all. I'm taking them all. No, but honestly, like, that is like, there was a lot of decisions that were made, let's say in the previous generation, that were just not in our benefit. Like, not paying attention to, let's say, the environment and things of that nature. But like, and just not giving a shit about health and eating healthy.
Yeah.
Like, we grew up like drinking Coca-Cola like it was nothing, eating McDonald's. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, preservatives, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dog, these things are fucking death. It's definitely death. Like, yo, dog, like Coca-Cola. I remember, yo, dog, I remember watching this shit when I was a kid. I couldn't believe, I seen these dudes.
Clean as the pennies and stuff?
Yo, pennies? Right. Dog, I seen these dudes that were cleaning a building. And this building had like bird shit caked on for like, yo, dog, when I mean they used Coca-Cola and blasted that shit clean. Like, yo, I seen these dudes cleaning company going to a bathroom. And like public bathrooms were doo-doo caked on from time. And yo, that shit cleaned it like a whistle. I said, oh my God.
And people are putting that ingest in it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're literally you're almost ingesting Drano. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's not just Drano. I mean,
like, god damn.
Like, I've seen it, you know, where it cleans rust of like a wrench that stayed out for 6 summers, 7 winters.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? And it's brand new. I mean, that to me is crazy. I would want to see what it does to your inside.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, and there are people who, I remember this one dude was telling me, he told me he almost cracked 500 pounds, this guy. And because he was drinking 4 liters of Coke a day.
Damn.
4 liters of Coke a day. You need like 2 to 3 liters of water a day. This guy's drinking 4 liters of Coke a day. And I was like, how do you even do that? Like, you're just walking around with like a 2-liter bottle of Coke, like it ain't nothing, just.
No, I know.
But it's not. It's because he would bring in.
Both know.
He would bring in, like, he would just buy. You know when you go to like the grocery store and it's so crazy how, isn't it crazy how you'll go to the grocery store and you'll see like 2 liters of Coke for like $3 and you see a package for $2 and it's like, what? Why is the huge package less expensive? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and then he'll go and buy like, let's say a 50 case of Coca-Cola and drink down the whole bumbleclot thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
good water that is, if not more expensive than Coke, which I find to be crazy.
Oh my God. Hey, yo, that's going to be the next thing, I'm telling you, man. Massive water tax for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah, it reminds me that
some places already paid.
It reminds me of the guy from Nestle who's saying water shouldn't be free. I think he's the CEO of Nestle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he makes the shittiest water too, of all things. They saying, well, we should own all the water. I'm like,
well, they're the biggest water vendors, I think, on the planet. If I'm
Nestle?
not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, they're the big. Because I saw a documentary on it, and I think they're the biggest ones on the planet.
So he's saying water shouldn't be free. You should be able to try. I'm like, you are gonna get shot and assassinated quicker than anything.
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't they own Naya?
Huh?
Doesn't they own Naya?
I don't know. They own, but Nestle Water apparently is Nestle. I think is the biggest food company on the planet, and they are the biggest. Yo, dog. They went and they bought up land everywhere where there's water. Like they're the biggest. They're the bullies. You know what I'm saying, on that industry. You know what I'm saying? Like Monsanto is with the seeds and the pesticides and all that. It's Nestle with the water. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, like that's them.
That's a new rapper, by the way.
Who?
Nestle with the water.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nestle with the You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, man, there's just so many things that's like that people just take so lightly, that just are so important. Like yo, we're talking about financial literacy. Like, you need that. Like, as much as people say, oh, money's not everything. Money's not. You know who only says money's not everything? People who don't have money. Everybody with money knows, yo, money's important like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it is what it is. Like, yo, like, look at this. We're doing a podcast right now, right? Your equipment costs thousands. If you don't have no money,
thousands. It costs like a thousand something.
Okay, but it costs you $1,000 something, right? But can you do a podcast if you didn't have no money? If you were a bum on the street, like how we were talking about before, can you buy this? It's like $1,500 worth of equipment. You can't buy that. You know what I'm saying? That dude's just trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you trying to get public transportation. You trying to get a car. You know what I'm saying? You got a car. You have a car. Can you buy that with no money?
No.
You need it. These are things you need. You need to have. And it's like, the next thing is health. People take their health so lightly, man. You know what I'm saying? People need to stop smoking. You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to get rid of cigarettes, man. Like, stop smoking, stop drinking Coca-Cola, stop eating fast food. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, if you want to go even a step further, because that's me, you know what I'm saying? Go vegan, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
my next
you know what I'm
step.
saying? Like,
You must supplement like shit though.
No,
me? Not even.
So how do you get your omega-3s and stuff like that you need?
Omega-3s are present in a lot of food, man. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, but
like,
you need to eat a lot of it to actually
not
get
even.
the amount.
Omega-3s in hemp seeds. You can just get hemp seeds, sprinkle it on your cereal, boom, there you go.
Yeah, but that's not the recommended daily amounts or something.
Recommended. You know what's funny about people talking about recommended daily amounts? Like, everybody acting like everybody's eating the recommended daily amounts of all of their vitamins.
No,
and
but
nutrients, except vegans. You know what I'm saying? All the vegans. Yeah, man, vegan. I've been vegan for almost 3 years, man.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying, yeah, man. It's not. And at first it was a pain, but at the same time, I know that I'm not exactly in the same position as everybody, because I never was in love with food. You know, some people just love. Like, I know these girls that like, huh?
Why are you looking at me?
I'm talking to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. But like, I know these girls, man, and I remember they were saying, I could become vegetarian, but I can't be vegan. I need cheese. I'm like, I never had no love for cheese. Like, that's like, oh my God, I need cheese. I need it. But some people like, I need steak. I need fried food.
Sounds like you talk to a lot of white girls from the valley.
Nah, man, it's a lot of people in general. Like, people just say, yo, cheese, they can't get rid of it. They love cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, that's the thing that a lot of people say. I can do without meat, but I can't do without cheese. A lot of people say that. You know what I'm saying?
I can do without meat, but I like salmon.
Yeah. It's a pescatarian. That you can start with a pescatarian and then but even fish has a lot of mercury. That's
high
dangerous.
levels of mercury.
And you need to omega-3 the crap out of yourself to get rid of that.
But even with farm fishing now, where your fish is literally grown up in a basin.
In a basin. In a basin. Literally in a basin. You get what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, I think that's crazy. I mean, I look at a lot of documentary on like just the way food are grow and what how it's taken care of, and I mean it's crazy, and I mean it's just nuts, and I mean it's one of the reasons why personally I gave up rice, with the whole plastic rice epidemic. Man, that was only in Asia, man.
Bro, it doesn't matter. It was only a matter of time.
Only in Asia.
The whole premise of it is that essentially.
And they got caught too, and didn't they get fined like crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, it doesn't matter. What man? Who's
to say they can't make plastic quinoa? You know what I'm saying?
I would hope not.
Oh, now you shitting your pants. Like, it's like, oh fuck! Please don't do it, please.
No, but I'm just saying. I think overall, your health is necessary. I
it
definitely
is.
do.
And a lot of people don't take it seriously enough.
You can't do anything, and even without, I think health is far more important than money, because if you're not healthy.
Well, you can't make no money if you're not healthy. You know what I'm saying? All these people, you want to go to school and let's say grind out, you know what I'm saying, 13 hours of studying. You can't do that if you're like on life support. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like all these people, a lot of these things can be, especially when you're working really hard to try to get some sort of like you're trying to achieve a goal.
Right.
You're trying to achieve a financial, whatever you're trying to achieve. Sometimes it can be very physically taxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
absolutely.
you're yo, I remember this chick that I didn't go to high school with her, but she went to high school with some friends of mine. She went to Dawson. I remember this girl named Emily. And she's,
Name dropping.
hey man, well, whatever, you know what I'm saying? A little advertising, it's all good. Well, I didn't give her last name, but but anyway, this girl named Emily. She was telling me about like a friend of hers who graduated from like as a business lawyer. And she said this girl does something like, yo, she wakes up at 6, she's at work for 7, and she don't leave till 11 p.m. every day, 6 days a week, dog. Like every day, 6 days a week. You can imagine doing something like that with a heart condition. You know what I'm saying? Imagine trying to do something like that with severe breathing problems, and like it's like you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, but meanwhile, she's doing the thing that she needs to do to lay the building blocks to ensure her financial security along with her family and her friends and future generations. But how are you supposed to do that if you can't even get out of bed? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, never. That's
So,
definitely.
so final thoughts, because we did a long interview. I think I'll have to cut this into 2 parts, maybe.
Hey man,
But it's good. It's good stuff.
We
It's
should
good
do
stuff.
this another time.
we got to do this all the time, man. I like this because this is productive talks. I like this. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, it's also a great way to share perspective. Like, I mean, I'm a person. I'm not gonna talk to my Facebook audience, but I would definitely.
Is that a sneak diss? You sneak dissing me?
No, not sneak
I
dissing
see how you
people.
are, Jermaine.
I'm just saying that
you're not very nice.
I personally don't want to be in a situation where I feel like I'm talking to an idiot and I have to defend myself against an idiot.
Amen.
So I rather not say anything.
But you know what? People tell me that all the time. But you know what? Guess what? Idiots vote. It is what it is. Idiots vote. You know what I'm saying? Idiots are there. Idiots are not gonna go away.
Idiots are an audience that you have to exploit.
But
Audience.
you gotta engage the idiots because at some point we were dumb too. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn at some point.
I don't mean
You
dumb.
know what I'm saying?
I shouldn't say idiot. I should say ignorant people.
No, that's cool. You can say idiot.
But I'm just saying, I think it's necessary for us to continue these dialogues.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And move them just beyond the setting of a podcast. Whether it's community outreach or it's a mentorship, something of that nature. It has to grow outside of the room.
Word.
We should continue to have them.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm down.
So Patrick, I'm gonna pose this question to you because it's a new segment that we do. Actually, Jamal, you came up with it. So it's a thing called "What Made You Mad."
What made me mad?
Yeah. So a segment. So what in probably the week or last month has made you mad, and why did it make you mad?
Oh, you want to get real controversial? We can do that.
This podcast is called "Don't Be Mad."
All right, let's get into this controversy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. Well, maybe that's a little too controversial.
Say it. We want to hear it. If it's something that could make me get sued, don't say it.
oh! Now you're not trying to get too controversial.
Hey.
But I hear that. But you know what? Honestly, I think it's actually like a general I don't want to say concept, but it's like a general phenomena of people arguing points from a perspective that is not completely intellectually honest. And that drives me insane. It's like when black people, let's say I was white and you were black. Well, you are black, but anyway, let's say I was white, right? And you said to me, "Oh, you disgusting white cracker piece of shit." You said that to me, right? And I turn around, I'm like, "Yo, Jason, what the fuck, man? Yeah, that's racist." And then you turn around, you're like, "Listen, white man, I can't be racist because of structural blah, blah, blah." It's like, hold on a second. Like, nobody's trying to get, and we're not having, fucking damn well what he's trying to tell you. We're not getting into I'm not talking about let's say, dictionary, scientific, anthropological definition as to what constitutes a racist system. I'm just talking about the fact that you're a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to say you're a fucking dick and you're making a racially specific response, and I don't like it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Like colloquially, we oftentimes conflate racism with prejudice. Okay. So speak on that level. Don't be a dick and be like, "Well, I can't be racist." Yeah, you can be a dick. You can be a fucking bigot. You were just said something bigoted, you fucking asshole. You know what I'm saying? That shit pisses me off. Like, it fucking makes me mad. It's like, and people do that shit all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it is what it is. Or it's like,
going.
or like, I'll give you an example. Like when somebody will, like, let's say, here's a hot topic. Like, talk about trans stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, guy, there's nothing wrong with, like, I mean, look. You can think whatever you want about trans people, transgender, blah, blah, blah. You can think about whatever you want. That's your business. I don't give a shit. That's your thing. You know what I'm saying? But like, what bother and nobody should be beat up, let's say, because they live a different lifestyle than you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, as much as things make sense to us, at some point down the line, 50 years from now, they'll look back at us and be like, yo, you guys were stupid as hell. And it's possible. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So maybe they got it right. I don't know. Maybe they know something that I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But currently, I'll give you an example. Like, if I say, like, some people get mad if, let's say, you were transgender and you identified as a woman. And I'm talking to Jamali and I'm like, yo, Jamali, where's Jason at? And Jamali goes, well, I don't know where he's at. You know what I'm saying? And then you get pissed off talking about because you heard that, you know, that Jamali said he instead of she when you identify as a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, we, in general conversation, from a colloquial perspective, we conflate gender and sex all the time. Because the average layman is not talking about your gender identity or gender expression. We don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about your sex. That's the only thing we care about. Yeah. How you identify, that's your fucking business. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I am not wrong for saying that you are female, because regardless of what you do, you are a female body. If you are a woman, you are. It is what it is. There's nothing wrong. It is what it is. Like, you're a female creature. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you might not identify as that, but when I say she, I'm not because it's entirely possible that you could identify as something that I haven't even heard of, because that's your business, right? You know what I'm saying? People say, oh, I don't identify as either man or woman. That's the thing that people are doing nowadays, right? So if that's the case, you're asexual. How the fuck am I supposed to know that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know that. All I know objectively is that you are a female creature. I know that. And so I'm trying to say that from an objective perspective, that you're a female. And then when I say that, right, somebody will be like, oh, you're misgendering that person. What do you mean I'm misgendering? Is that not a female? Well, he doesn't go by that. It's like, look, and then you guys start having an argument, right, where I'm trying to say you're full of shit and you're trying to say I'm full of shit because you're trying to tell me that my understanding of gender science is off. I don't care about that. I'm just talking about you being a he or she. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with these conversations. Like, look, if you could be 100% honest and just be like, yeah, like, no, like, just like call me she because that's what I prefer. Not that you were wrong about, I'm a female creature, yeah, sure, you know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? And although I know it's a lot more nuanced than that, because, you know, people, especially if you have, let's say, gender dysphoria, then you feel a way about the way that you were born. Like, you're like, it's a thing, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it bothers you, it messes with your head. So, like, I can understand the need to be compassionate, you know what I'm saying? But, like, at the same time, if we're just having, let's say, a completely objective conversation, Don't try to just, you know, try to to make it seem like you're smart because you understand the nuances of gender identity. Like, okay, that's great, you know what I'm saying? But we're not talking about it on that level, and you know full well. You know what you're doing. You're playing semantics to make yourself seem smart, or to try to seem more what do you call it? Compassionate towards a cause, because these people are going through something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Their suicide rate is crazy high. There are a lot of people who treat them very poorly, and it's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like leave them alone. Don't bother them. You know what I'm saying? I just prefer when people are completely intellectually honest, regardless of what the conversation is. You know what I'm saying? Like when people say, oh, you know, Trump is going to help us. You know, like, based on what? I mean, like when these people, like, I remember watching these interviews. These people are convinced that Trump gives a shit. What have you seen that would ever suggest objectively that he gives a shit about anybody? He doesn't even give a shit about his own family. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, come on. Like, you have a dude, right, who's like, he's talking about, oh yeah, I'm a Christian, and you got all these evangelical Christians like riding for Trump. Why? He went on TV and said live, I just walk up to him and I don't even say nothing. I just grab them by the pussy. Like, that's an evangelical Christian point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very Christian of you. Walking up to a woman and sexually assaulting her. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Huh?
Well,
Eddie Long did the boys.
But we're not. But I'm pretty sure we can objectively say that if you sexually assaulted somebody, it's not okay. But even if he wasn't necessarily, but there was some nuance. People were trying to say it. Oh, he wasn't saying that he was sexually assaulted, whatever the case. But either way, he was married. Even if he wasn't sexually assaulted and it was consensual, right. He's married. Right. You know what I'm saying? Adultery is a big deal in Christian religion. It's a big fucking deal. You know what I'm saying?
Like, a position of power too, right? A successful entrepreneur. millions.
Of course, but why does that mean that because I have money, I give a fuck about yours?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just
That's too much. That's too much. We don't have to go into a whole philosophical debate with Trump because we talk too much. We need to give him 16 seconds here. We're only supposed to give him 16 seconds.
Give me 16 seconds?
No, Trump. We only
Trump.
talk on the podcast.
Wow.
We only give Trump 16 seconds and we move
16
on.
seconds.
And that's it.
Okay, all right, we're gonna move on.
No, but we know now. We saw what made Patrick mad.
not being completely intellectually honest when you're having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because you conflate it and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You'll have people who are less intelligent, you know, who don't necessarily know how to express themselves in the same way. We'll be looking at you like, what the hell are you talking about? Because they know like this is like what we're talking about is just foolish. You know what I'm saying? But you're not trying to meet them on that level. Right. You're just trying to be up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was white and I said and you said something racist to me and I said you're racist, you know full well I'm just saying you're a dick. Like, you know I'm calling you a dick. Respond to that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, oh well, no, I can't be racist because well, you see, historically when we're talking about the term racism, etymologically it actually means like shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know exactly what the fuck I meant. You dickhead. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking hell, that shit pisses me the fuck off, man.
So we got a.
This is one of our
that was one of the greatest. That was one man.
This and like literally just blast it across Facebook.
Oh my god.
What make Patrick mad?
Oh man, that's gonna be hilarious.
I really need a copy of that.
All right, so let's end this up. So, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Patrick, can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
Should be a regular guest.
Hey man, I'll be a guest whenever you guys want. I like talking. I like talking sense. I like that.
Anything that you want to plug, anything you want to mention, let me know.
I want to say, let's see. Shout out to my homie Cash. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rebel Will and the DSU, everybody in there. You know what I'm saying? TG, Shanti. You know what I'm saying? Sharanda. Shout out to Jason for having me and Matthew who couldn't be here. Shout out to my big dog Jamali who's right next to me. You know what I'm saying? We go way, way, way back. I want to shout out this woman again, this financial advisor, man. She was amazing. Elizabeth Pascal with Sun Life. She's dope. Hey man, I just want to say, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. I wish you guys all the success in the world. And I hope this really goes far, man, because this is a beautiful conversation, man. We need to do this all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
We used to do it. We just didn't record it back then.
Yeah.
We did. But now that we are, you know what I'm saying? We can actually go back and reference it now, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully in 25 years, we won't look back and be like, what the fuck was I talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Jamali, anything you want to say, ending up? You want to say something?
Nah, man. Just shout out to everybody that support the podcast. Keep supporting it, sharing it.
You know what I'm saying?
Liking it.
Man.
Yeah.
Let it grow.
Yeah, so everyone, I appreciate it. We're getting a lot of views now on the podcast, which is I'm very thankful for. A lot of hard work goes into this. Everyone's doing their part, and as we keep doing this, it gets popular. People get knowledge. People get education. People get angry. That's okay if you get angry. We have a blog for that. We have forums for that. If you want to say whatever's on your mind, I won't get offended at anything. I listen to everyone, what they have to say, all their point of view. So everyone who's listening, if you feel offended by what Patrick said, what I said, what Jamali said, it's cool. We don't get
for sure gonna get offended by that last
we
point.
We won't get angry.
And I also think
like
not only just about anger. I think if you support what is said, you should take initiative and share that perspective and realize that you're not the only one with it and feel supported in that sense. Comment. The point of these podcasts is not really to dictate, but to provoke conversations that you could have with your smaller circles and make it into an issue, to where it gets to be a larger conversation. So if you feel bad, or you're mad, discuss it with a friend, family. You can even comment on the video. Do what you got to do. Just get the madness out.
Word, man. Word. Yeah, this is a beautiful conversation, man. This is dope as hell.
Some good stuff.
All the time, man. You do this all the time. Like, this is dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love seeing this, man.
I have to work too, I wish I could do all the time.
We can do this at least once a week.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We could try to.
Listen, man. These conversations, man, this shit dope, man. This is dope.
I think it's a must. I think we need to take advantage of, our setting right now. Everybody's, connected in such a weird but cool way that we can have this conversation in an isolated place at Dawson College, and someone in Wyoming can hear this and be impacted by it. So that's dope.
Some good advice. So I want to thank everyone again. Thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate it. Everyone, like we were saying before, network. You need to build up your community, especially black people. You need to build your community. You have to, and don't be lazy. That's the main thing I can say. Don't be lazy. Don't say it's hard. Don't follow what rappers do, especially rappers today. You don't want to be wearing no tight, skinny jeans and shit, and people laughing at you. People aren't cheering for you. They're laughing at you what you wear. You think people like Lil Uzi Vert and them people? No, they like how funny they look making videos.
Let's be honest too. These guys are making money doing these things, so they're not probably doing it on their own sheer will, but the love of money would make you do what you got to do.
Can I get like super cheesy for a second?
Right.
Can I get,
Sure, give it.
I wanna shout out my girlfriend. I love you. I love you. I love you.
She's nameless?
No.
You don't need to name
do
names.
I say names? Like, it's like, well, this is going on the internet, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get bizarre, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? She knows who she is.
All right, everyone.
You know what I'm saying?
So everyone,
She knows who she is. You know what I'm saying? I just got cheesy for a second. Y'all can kiss my ass. I was told recently, Patrick, you're not romantic, Patrick. Listen, I get down with the fromage. You know what I'm saying? I get cheesy. I'm down with the fromage. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I love you, baby.
Oh God. So everyone, thanks very much.
Yeah,
you can visit the website at theconnect.ca. You can reach us on Twitter at Don't Be Mad Pod. Same thing for Instagram, and you can reach me on Twitter at JJNBA. So everyone, thank you very much.
Big up.
Have a good long. You have a long weekend coming up?
No,
Long weekend?
It's Black
weekend?
No, Black Friday's coming up. Thanksgiving in the States.
Oh,
In the States. Oh yes, Thanksgiving.
Stay safe.
Yeah, we're in Canada, so
Stay safe. Stay out of Walmart. Yo, them Walmart fucking Black Friday videos are crazy, dog. I see niggas getting knocked out. Like, yo,
people die.
give me the TV. Boosh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people doing Hadouken to get that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, everyone. So take care and have a good long weekend in the States. Thanks.
100.